What's
This
this thing called?
this instrument, this is called the Takeda. This was
Takeda.
invented by an ethnomusicologist from California who became incredibly fascinated with Japanese music, and he learned the shakuhachi, which is the Japanese flute. And he became a world-renowned shakuhachi player and jazz musician. And at one point, he was creating an entire band full of nothing but bamboo instruments called takedake, which translates to only bamboo. And he needed really good percussion instruments for this band. So he took a lot of inspiration from Indian drums and techniques, and a lot of African drums and techniques as well, and created this instrument, which has two resonating chambers and two differently sounding heads. And there's only a few people in the world playing this thing right now because he kind of invented it like maybe 15, 20 years ago, and that's about it. But I communicate with his son, who runs his company and sells these instruments every once in a while, a couple times a year. I make content for him, and I'll be put on his website actually coming up soon. I've
Wow.
developed a technique for this instrument that I'll take to gigs. I've played jazz with this before. I've played rock music. I've taken it to drum circles. There's a lot of like possibilities that an instrument like this has. It's not really tied to a singular culture. And because of that, you can kind of play it and figure out how to use this to represent many different styles of music. The technique I developed is taken a lot from tabla because I've studied tabla for a number of years, and I have a lot of split hand technique and bass going on. So I've been able to transfer tabla literature over to this instrument, and I can demonstrate that for you now real quick if you like. Yeah. So I have a bass sound that I come out of it. I'll have split hand technique that I use as well, and some double bass. So let's try a tabla composition real quick. Try
Wow. That is so
Yeah, you
cool.
can play many different things on this. My bass technique, I've developed this over time to get good sound without having to mic up the instrument. You'd actually insert a mic in here and you'd be able to pick up all those cool wood overtones and stuff.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you would probably do that in like a venue that's very large.
You could play
What
this
kind of
in a
venue?
lot of different situations. It's
Yeah.
been John Kaiser Neptune personally has put it in a lot of his own compositions, and he
Hmm.
writes very Japanese inspired jazz music.
Yeah.
I've seen it used by other musicians for, like I said, like drum circles. It's also used for music therapy as well. I communicate with somebody, I'm currently trying to write music with them as well, with this instrument, trying to write Takeda originals to send to the son of the creator of this instrument, actually. So it's used for its own, pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very open opportunity for this instrument to be put in many different styles and genres of music because it doesn't really have its own repertoire. It's quite unique in that way.
Yeah.